Hi guys, welcome back to Around the Campfire with AmeriCamp. We are here today with our amazing influencer Ruby. So we're going to be chatting a little bit about her time at camp, which camp she went to, and obviously some tips and tricks and advice for your summer out at camp, hopefully in a couple of months' time. So do you want to start off by introducing yourself and telling us which camp you went to?
Hi guys, I'm Ruby. I went to Gate Hill Day Camp for the first time last year. It was just a day camp, so the campers came for the day and then they went for the evening. It was about an hour away on the train from New York City. It was such a nice camp, honestly.
Amazing. Oh yeah, that's so cool that you were like so close to New York. Did you spend like loads of your time off just like in New York?
So much time in New York on a weekend, because obviously all the campers weren't at camp, they're at home. We could just catch the train into New York. So for Pride Week, which is the end of June, we all went, like there was like 40 internationals, we all just went into New York City for Pride. So it was really cool.
That's so cool. Oh, that's so cool. That's so fun. One of the team, Rob, he went to like Breezemont, which was obviously like right near New York as well, and he said that it's great because you can like go into the city whenever, but like, also you do end up spending like so much money because you're just like in New York all the time.
So much money, especially when you get into New York too. New York City bagels are unmatched. So the amount spent on New York City bagels,
I mean, worth it, to be honest. Like,
so
absolutely worth the money.
I agree.
Love it. Well, how was your summer? What was sort of some of your highlights?
Okay, so my summer was literally amazing. My favourite thing about my camp was you got to experience the best of both worlds. During the day, it was like Parent Trap kind of vibes, so it was like typical camp day, 500 campers on camp, doing all your activities, singing the songs, hyping up the day basically. And then on an evening when the campers went, it was very social, but you were meeting people from Australia, Spain, and you could also have like personal social time rather than just with the kids. So we'd play volleyball or we'd go swimming or stuff like that. So you really got to have a really good work-life balance, which is
100%.
really nice. Yeah,
I've definitely heard that about sort of like day camps, is you do get like a really nice balance, which is obviously really cool. So yeah, were you just like a general counsellor, or were you like an activity leader for something?
So I was a swim teacher / lifeguard. So in the morning, we taught swimming. So I had 6 lessons and it'd be the same kids every day. So 5 times a week, every morning. Because my camp's focus was a lot on improving swimming. So there was a high focus on swimming. So swimming lessons in the morning, and then we'd go for lunch. And then in the afternoon, it'd be like pool party time. So all the kids got to come down to the pool for the second time, and they'd just basically have fun in the pool.
Literally the dream.
So every afternoon was a pool party, and on Fridays we had the music blasting, we were doing dances. It was so much fun.
Oh, that sounds so cool. That sounds like so much fun. I've always been like really big on like swimming. Like I was one of those kids that was like always wanting to go swimming like all the time. So it sounds like your camp would have been my dream as a kid.
Yeah. Every camper always had wet hair throughout the whole day.
Love it.
It's the best way.
I mean, it's one way to stay cool in the summer, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it is. And if it was a hot day, they'd have even more time in the pool.
What a win.
Yeah, I know.
Love it.
Good.
Well, obviously, yeah, you sort of went for your first summer at camp, like this summer just gone. So I'm sure sort of this time last year is still very fresh in your mind, sort of that run up to going to camp for the first time. So what were your expectations of camp before you went? Did anything sort of surprise you when you were out there?
I didn't have many expectations because obviously when you think of summer camp, you think of an overnight typical camp. So when I got an email saying, would you be interested in working at Gate Hill Day Camp? I thought, a day camp? Because I don't think day camps are spoke about enough. So I didn't even know it was an option at all. So I was like, right, okay, I'm not quite sure how it's going to be. I expected it to be really hyper, really American, like, but I didn't really know what to expect. It definitely wasn't what I expected it to be.
Yeah, definitely. Like I always say to people, it's like, I guess the closest thing you can liken it to is like if anybody's ever worked at like a summer holiday camp in this country. Like I know where I grew up, we had like barracudas. And they just like take over my school over the summer holidays. You'd like drive past, you'd have all of the like barracudas signs up. But yeah, it's like a really different camp experience. Obviously, it's like super nice to actually like have you like on the podcast to chat about it, because we've spoken to a lot of people that did sort of overnight camps. So it's really nice to sort of hear about sort of having a day camp and how different that is. So that is really, really cool. And yeah, I think it is quite nice as well that you did kind of go into it with no expectations. That's kind of like a nice way to do it, and then you're just pleasantly surprised by like everything.
Yeah, literally pleasantly surprised, because also I didn't have much time to do research and stuff because I was doing my A-levels, so I was in the last year of college, so everything was so busy. And then I was like, right, okay, when I go to camp, I'll just throw myself into it, and I think that's the best way.
100%. Like just absolutely go for it is like
just
the
go
best
for
piece of advice ever. Yeah, just like head first, just go for it. Yeah, love to hear it. Well, obviously, yeah, you were saying that you kind of were doing your A-level sort of when you were sort of going through that hiring process. What was that whole kind of like hiring process like for you?
Okay, so the hiring process is surprisingly really, really easy. So once you've signed up and you've done your application and you've done all the boring part of putting what you're good at and stuff like that, AmeriCamp does it all for you. So it's literally perfect because they send your application out and then you don't really have to do anything until all the emails get sent in saying, are you interested in our camp? So I think I got emails from 4 different camps in total. I think one was an overnight girls, and I think there was a couple of Jewish camps. You just know when it's the right camp, don't you?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you've just got to not bite the bullet, because it's so exciting when you apply. You just got to not bite the bullet. You just got to relax, have a little look into their websites, and once it's the right camp, and you've just got to go for it then.
Yeah, absolutely. I always say that to people, like, you just get such a, like, good gut feeling when you've, like, found a camp that's right for you. I think it's so easy to, like, overthink it, and it's like, oh, but like this and like this. Like,
but wait, there might be a better one. But there won't be, like, you've got it.
100%, like, especially for you, obviously. I'm sure you had, like, a little bit of your brain that was like, oh, but it's a day camp and it's not really what I was expecting. But obviously you went for it, you trusted your gut, and it's clearly worked out really, really well for you, which is great news. Yeah, obviously, I think day camp's probably going to have some slightly different traditions to kind of our more traditional overnight camp. So what was your favourite tradition that your camp had?
Okay, there was quite a few. There was quite a few funny ones. So on a Friday in the morning, aquatic staff had to go up to gathering, and we had to put on a show basically. And this one week we had to be in scuba diving gear, and we had to bring a kayak with us. And
no way.
And there was a song that we had to sing to the littlies before they got in the pool. So we were all stood there in our scuba diving gear. Someone was sat in the kayak on the grass, and we were all singing a swimming song. So that was a pretty fun one.
Love that.
And then there was Oreo Olympic Day. So the little ones, it was basically about eating Oreos all day. What more couldn't you want?
Sounds like a dream, yeah.
Yeah, basically. The little ones were walking around camp wearing a cardboard cutout of an Oreo on the front and on the back, walking around camp for basically the whole day.
That's so cute. I love that. It's just like the weirdest, most bizarre stuff.
The weirdest things.
Like, it's so strange.
It's so strange. And then there was Mestival. So it was literally the I don't know whether other camps do this. Have you heard of this one before?
I don't think I have, no.
So basically, it's like the messiest day ever. So it's a whole field set up with pools full of shaving foam. There was slipping slides. There was donuts hanging off this massive frame. And the kids had to basically get lathered up in the shaving foam, do the slip and slide, and then they'd have their hands behind the back, and the donuts were hanging off a thread, and they'd just eat the donuts with the mouth. So that was a pretty fun day.
That literally sounds like so much fun, like just to have a day to like actually, because obviously when you're a kid you're being told like you can't be messy, like you have to stop being so messy all the time, like just letting them absolutely go for it. That's so cool.
But then the best part was they came back to the pool, so then they were clean before they went home.
Brilliant. They're not making any mess anywhere, so it's a win.
Yeah, that's a couple of them.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. That sounds like so much fun. Yeah, like definitely just like the sillier the better. Like you do have those moments where you're like, this is really weird, but like you do just kind of have to embrace how silly it is and how weird it is. Yeah, it's quite nice. It's like very freeing to just like embrace something really, really strange.
I agree.
Vibe.
And because you're at camp, everyone's like, oh, okay, I can get behind this.
Yeah. Like, yeah, this is normal. This is fine.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, yeah, obviously it sounds like you had a great time at camp, and obviously you had like loads of really nice opportunities to explore New York as well, which is a real win-win. But did you do sort of any other traveling after camp? Whereabouts did you go?
So during camp we actually organised it. So I went to camp with no plans of after camp travel, and then once you get to camp it gets a bit excited and you all get a bit carried away. So I ended up going travelling with two other girls. One was Australian and one was just from London, and we went to Miami first for a nice little chill, relaxing break. It was really nice. It was quite quiet when we went to Miami though.
Oh wow, really? Whenabouts was it?
Yeah.
Was it? I guess it would have been into like maybe like late August, September kind of time.
Yeah, it was late August. So I think our camp finishes a bit later than everyone else's. So ours finishes on like the 27th of August-ish. I'm pretty sure because it was 8 weeks, but because it wasn't staying overnight, it could be longer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
We went to Miami, but it was quite quiet, but it was so warm, and we stayed, and there was a pool, and it was really wholesome vibes. And the sunrises and sunsets, like we were 2 minutes away from the beach, so we just sat on the beach and just watched the sunrise and sunset. So that was really nice.
So nice.
And then we got a plane all the way to LA. LA was incredible. One of the best, like, you have to go to LA.
Yeah. 100%. I loved LA when I went. It's so like just like the buzz and everything's all like glamorous, and it's so much fun.
So glamorous. Everyone's just having a good time in LA. And even I remember we had this Uber driver called Herman. He was a legend. So we were going up to Griffith's Observatory one night, and he ended up taking us on a whole tour of LA just because he wanted to, because he was like, do you want to see LA? We were like, okay, yeah. And he just stopped the Uber, like how much it was. He just cancelled it, and he was like, right, I'm going to take you. So he just took us on a tour for free, and then he took us up Hollywood Hill, and he was like, this is where the richy rich live. And it was so wholesome, and he let us put our music on the aux. So we were blasting like Party in the USA whilst going up Hollywood Hill. That was a good one. And then we spent a couple days in Santa Monica, and we actually met someone else from camp in there. She was from Spain. So we had 4 of us, and we stayed in an Airbnb, which was really nice because you have your own space. And we actually had a lizard in our Airbnb.
No way, that's so cool. Like a pet for a couple days.
Yeah, we called it Lawrence. It was great. And we just, every time we got back to the Airbnb, we were like, oh, where's Lawrence? And then we found him. So that was quite cute. And then we went to Utah, which, oh my goodness, the most underrated place. It is gorgeous in Utah.
Yeah, I've never been. It's always been like on my list, but I've never been to Utah, but I've always heard like amazing things.
Yeah, you need to go. We stayed for 2 nights, and I could have done 5 nights. All the mountains, everyone is so nice. The views is literally like a movie. And we were staying like 20 minutes away from where High School Musical was was filmed.
So cool. So cool.
East High was round the corner. It was so cool.
That's crazy. That's so cool. It's like you always get those like pinch me moments as well, where you're like looking out at the scenery and you like can't quite like make your brain understand that it's like real and it's not like a picture that you're looking at. You're just kind of like staring at it and you're like, I can't be here. Like, surely not.
Yeah, like this is not real. Like, I was looking at it, I was like, wow, like this is good. The only thing about Utah is the mosquitoes are brutal, so definitely bring some mosquitoes. I got bitten on my head, and it was like the biggest lump. It was not a good look.
It's always a nice one, like a nice little like souvenir from going to Utah.
Yeah, of course.
It's like big insect bite on your head. Love.
Like, been to Utah, guys. Yeah.
Love that. Well, you know, sounds absolutely amazing. Did you go traveling for like the full 30 days, or was it just like a couple of weeks that you did?
So we did, I think we only went traveling for about 2 weeks, and then I actually ended up going back to camp to do some extra post camp because I came late. So I actually went to camp on the 23rd of June because of exams, because biology didn't finish till later. I still had like a couple of weeks that I had to do that everyone had already done in pre-camp. So I had to go back to camp, but it was okay because I had to spend 2 more weeks at camp because there was people that were still travelling and then they came back to camp to come visit.
Oh, that's really nice.
It was quite wholesome, actually, yeah.
Yeah, you have like a little reunion at the end of it. That's really cute. Well, yeah, obviously it sounds like you have had like the best summer ever. I'm very, very jealous. So what would you say to... Yeah, I'm coming. I'm getting on a plane for the summer. So what would you say to somebody who is looking out or thinking of doing AmeriCamp this summer?
Okay, I say do it. 2 words, do it, because there are so many different camps. So overnight camps, day camps, girl camps, boy camps, so many different camps that there will definitely be one for you. And at the end of the day, at least you're going to gain 50 new friends that you can make memories with. And also the tan is worth it. So
100%. I came back from camp like so tan, but the only thing is I got like really bad t-shirt tan because I was wearing like my staff t-shirt all summer, so I got like my shoulders were like white and like the rest of my arms were like really nice and tanned.
That is so funny. Well, we all look like Oreos because obviously swimming costume all day. We were literally tanned all here, tummy fully pale, and then legs tanned.
Love that, literally love that.
Yeah,
you always like, depending on what your role is and like what uniform you're wearing all day, you always come back with like a really strange tan, but it's like a nice souvenir. Like you come back and you're like, it's almost like I've got my uniform on like all day every day now,
all day
I just
every
like
day.
got this t-shirt tan. Well, yeah, like do it is like honestly the best advice that like I could give anybody to like go to camp. It is like the most fun ever, and like you said as well, I think a lot of people do kind of, you know, they think like the Parent Trap, they think of like big private overnight camps, and if that's not for you, that's like fine, because there are so many other types of camps that we work with as well. You know, day camps, like you said, all boys camps, all girls camps, even down to like, you know, like special needs camps and underprivileged camps. Like if you're really into like doing charity work, go to an underprivileged camp, you know, help kids out there. If you want to go into like working with kids with special educational needs, go to a special needs camp. It's just a win-win. Like there's always going to be a perfect camp out there for everyone, like 100%.
And worst case scenario, it's 8 weeks, but I have not heard of one person that has said that they did not like the experience. Everybody finds it unbelievable.
Yeah, 100%. Like either way, you're gonna have fun. Even if you just go out for one summer and you do one summer and you're like, okay, that was fun. It's probably not like my thing that I'm going to do every year, but I had a lot of fun. Yeah. That's fine. And sometimes people get the bug for it and they go back like year after year after year, but everyone's going to have a different experience, and that's the really fun thing, is everyone can have a different experience. Like that's the best bit about camp.
Yeah. I do think the bug is literally impossible not to get there. I know some people that are at university, they managed to go last year and then they're like, right, I've got my dissertation this year, but they're like, I'm going to go the year after.
Yeah. Even if you have like a summer where like something gets in the way and you can't do it, you're always then just like planning for the next summer.
Just the year after. Yeah,
something's happening this year, but I'm just going to think further into the future instead, and I'll definitely go back. We speak to like so many people, like loads of influencers who like can't make it this summer, but they are like, they already have their plans for like 2025. It's like I've never been more organised and like thinking forward to going to camp. Like,
like, just hold up, because I'm busy, but in 2027, I think I'm free for that one.
Yeah. Actually, in like 4 years' time, I can definitely do it then.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, it's been really, really fun hearing about your camp experience and hearing all of sort of your piece of advice and everything. Was there anything else you wanted to add, or do you want to have a little promote of your socials, perhaps?
All I'd say is go for it. Whether you're going by yourself or whether you're going with a friend, it's going to be amazing either way. So I'd say go to camp, go experience it, let your Instagram pop off with all the fun photos, bring a digital camera because they are the holy grail. This one, I always have it next to me. This camera is literally the holy grail. Yes, it is a Sony, but you can just buy them off Amazon. I would say it is such an amazing opportunity, and it looks very, very good on your CV also. My TikTok is rubes.harris, so go give it a follow. I do what to bring to camp, and the digital camera is involved in that, and
Very
many
helpful.
more amazing things. Very helpful.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me. It's been lovely having a chat, and thank you guys for listening. We hope you've enjoyed the episode, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.